Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Hope you're having a great day. Today, trying something different, I guess. I recently had a conversation with someone who come into the full skin of a pheasant. And they're asking, what can you use them for, other for the obvious pheasant tail? Obvious other answer is the killer style patterns. Mr. Simpson, Hamill's Killer. A few others like that. There's some brilliant feathers on these pelts. You can kind of see in the background there as I roll it forward. Saltwater patterns as well. This isn't finished, but just working on a little idea for a little flounder too. Using some of those greeny coloured feathers there. But through that conversation, we started talking about just using a single feather for a fly. One of these bad boys. More or less, it's tied like a pheasant tail, I guess, but a few little intricacies with it. Try to get it done, but we'll crack in. Again, just using a feather, just the one. Hook, it's a Kamasan B110, size 16. You go bigger if you wanted, or smaller. And then the thread, I'm just using the trusty Semperfli Nano silk in black, using the 30 denier. We'll crack into it, see how we go. Hopefully it'll be a useful one for you to just fill up the fly box a little with some handy little nymphs. Let's get into it. Alright, first things up is that thread base. You want to give yourself a little bit of extra thread for that tag end. You won't end up using it all, but we're going to use it for our ribbing instead of wire. But just bring that thread down into the bend of the hook to about there. Just when it really starts going over. Just hold on to that though, we'll use it soon. You just get it out of the way, secure it out the back as best as you can. Alright, down the bottom you'll see they all look the same, but you can see they're just above that fluffy stuff. You'll find some fibres that you can easily get to an even length. And you're just going to pull them off. And this is going to make you a tail. Generally, I'll do it about half the length of the what will be the finished fly. So half the length down to where you've tied in your thread base. Sorry, I drifted off there, just trying to find my scissors. And just get rid of the tag ends. And get them nice and secure. And just get your thread back down to where you've tied in your tail. And move on to the body. Alright, so I've got about 4 of those fibres. We are just going to tie them in by the tip. Hopefully I will only have to do this once, but sometimes it comes up a little short and you might have to tie in a second bunch to finish it off. Just get them nice and secured in. And grab your hackle pliers. You can use your fingers if you want. I find it a little bit fiddly to do that. Have much more control with the hackle pliers. You just want to get them nice and secured in your pliers. And we're just going to start wrapping forward. Sure many of you have tied a pheasant tail. It's not a lot different. Unfortunately one of those fibres has gotten a bit wayward. You just go back. Sometimes it's better just to fix your mistakes while you can. No one does everything perfectly every time. So just get them back, realign them. It's better to fix it than get to the end and be like, oh, it's a bit of a manky fly. Just get them nice and secured. And we will try again. Just keep it going forward. Like I was saying, many of you will have tied a pheasant tail or two in your time. Really is not much difference in the process. Just bringing that forward slowly but surely until we get into around about, it's going to be about halfway along that distance that you put the thread wraps down. And just make sure it's nice and secure. And take your scissors, snip it away. We'll move on to the legs and the wing case next. I did lie, we're not going on to the wing case, we have to put that ribbing in. So if you get back that thread you had, we're just going to slowly counter wrap that up the body. It's just going to give it a bit more strength and support, make those fibres a bit stronger. It also gives it a bit more colour, gives it a bit more, I don't know, I feel like it makes it more natural looking. And just get that nice and secured in. Now, being Nano silk, it is a little bit harder to cut, but if you pull it tight, make a little V with your scissors and just slide it through, you'll be away laughing. Wing case and legs, I quite like using the very tip. It's got those black tips to it, which are quite handy for the legs. You just grab a few of them, about 8 or so. Just make sure the tips are nice and lined up, if you can see them in the background there. We're going to tie that with those tips sticking out about an eye length and a half past the hook eye. Just get it nice and secured in. It's going to fold over top when we get to it. And the legs we're going to push back, but I've got to do the dubbing before we do that. Right, all these fluffy bits down the bottom of our feather. You can see it's getting a bit manky up there as I've started to pull stuff off, but these little fluffy bits we're going to pull away, and that is going to become our dubbing. Pull it off, you can see the little curlies there. Just snip them away, we don't need them. And then just treat it like you would any other dubbing. And just roll it on. And it's going to just bind itself to the thread. It's not the finest, but it's nice, it does the job. Done a few of these in the past and I have managed to hook a fish or two in them. Not the prettiest fly, but it works. Alright. Time for that wing case and legs. If you just slide your thumbnail under there, you're going to see those fibres push their way up. And we're just going to start manipulating them back and pull the rest of those fibres forward. Sorry, the fingers are going to get in the way here. I have to do what I need to do for it, but you'll just pull those legs back and take your tying thread. Nice little pinch wrap. You should get about to pull it down onto the head of the fly, just like so. There we go. Just get it nice and tight in there, and then pretty much done. And like I said, it's not a super pretty fly. Just got to change the angle on that. If you're out there to catch fish, it's going to work for you. Get rid of that. Whip finish and we're done. All from one little pheasant. feather. Right, there we have it. One fly tied by one feather. Well, plus the hook and the thread, but not much to it. Pheasant feather. You're done. Using the fluffies for the dubbing, and then just slowly going through using fibres for different parts. But hopefully it's a handy one for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and I hope the fly works well for you. Until next time, happy tying. Enjoy. Cheers.